Alright, what's up you guys? Today we're going to be reacting to something a bit out of the ordinary for myself, to a new sport that I don't really watch or really pay attention to all that often. All I pretty much watch is soccer, and that's like all I know, and I kind of want to do videos on that too. In the meantime, I want to try to broaden my horizons, you know, try to find something else that I like, and I wanted to start with basketball. So all my friends play basketball, majority of them recognize players, and me, nothing. I know nothing about basketball. I know that Michael Jordan is good, and I know that LeBron James is like the one playing right now, and he's good. And I know it's different eras, so I wanted to find out before I start indulging in the sport of basketball who I'm going to root for, you know? Like just how in soccer you're either a Messi fan or a Ronaldo fan. But in basketball, I really don't know who to choose or you know, what I'm doing. This is the only way that I think is appropriate to begin this basketball journey, and I have to choose a GOAT. It's like a starter pack, you know? Like you gotta get that thing figured out when you're playing Minecraft, you know. What am I talking about?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Anyways, so yeah, I'm gonna be reacting to this video called Jordan versus LeBron, the best GOAT comparison. I was told these are the best players of their respected eras, so, and I also understand that people have a disagreement between who's better. And I'm here to, you know, give my two cents into it, even though I know nothing, but I'll pretend like I know everything. And I'll choose a GOAT by the end of this video. Let's begin. Wow, this video's 30 minutes. We're in for a ride. I'm kind of scared. I know the Bulls. I know that. I know Michael Jordan played for the Bulls. He also has a shoe. I know that much. LeBron James. I know he got the meme. Does he have a shoe? Does LeBron James have a shoe? Do people? I don't think so. I never heard of LeBron James shoe. Oh my God. From what I'm initially seeing now, do they have like similar builds? Is that like a thing? Are they similar in build? They look gigantic. Pause. Okay. And I think this video is gonna dive into like the stats too, so let's hope I can choose a GOAT by the end of this. I think this is all introduction, so we can just, you know, commentate a little bit on it. I don't know much, but
it's a debate that has captured the public's attention.
Michael Jordan has some nice shoes, so I'm kind of leaning towards that side.
In 2016, when LeBron James beat the Golden State Warriors to win the third championship of his career. In LeBron's own words,
that one right there made me the greatest player of all time.
What happened?
So I felt. I was like, that one right there made me the
third
greatest
championship
player of all time.
But did it? Is everything since that moment simply icing on LeBron's cake? Or is LeBron
so LeBron thinks he's the best player, like for sure.
We've all heard the arguments from LeBron supporters.
He's bigger, he's stronger, he's faster, he's more durable.
Is that bad?
And from Jordan supporters.
I feel like I don't like that
Jordan
when
was
people
6-0 with 6 MVPs in the finals.
But the GOAT debate isn't as simple as the pundits make it seem. There are a number of factors relevant in determining the greatest basketball player of all time. In fact, I would say there are 5 things that really matter when determining the GOAT of any sport. These criteria are,
who has won more
no
awards?
Order,
is that like, because I know that's important. Is there like a Ballon d'Or?
Winning,
like for basketball, is that a thing?
Statistics, and what we'll refer to in this
criteria.
video as the eye test.
Accomplishments.
And to be the GOAT, you don't need to be the best in any specific category, but you need to be pretty good across the board. So simply winning 7 championships, like Robert Horry did, isn't enough to get you into the conversation. When we're finished with this video, it'll be plainly obvious that one guy comes out on top. But before we get started, I want to clarify that this is not a comparison of legacies. It's about who was the better basketball player. If we were talking
so
about
there's
legacies,
a GOAT, like
Jordan's is
statistically wise.
Not only did he lead basketball to global popularity, he helped transform Nike into an empire, changed the way players played and how they dressed, And he even made it cool for guys to be
See, I know
And
about.
while those things certainly contribute to MJ's
I know a lot of
iconic
like old
status,
heads say
they
that
don't make him a better player on the court.
yeah, Michael Jordan's the GOAT.
So let's evaluate the criteria that matter. And we'll start with individual accomplishments.
His baldness.
Take a look. Jordan had more regular season MVPs, twice as many finals MVPs, 9 more scoring
All right.
titles,
Let's see
and
this.
several more selections to the
Oh.
NBA's all-defensive team, including once
Hey.
being named Defensive Player of the Year. LeBron
It's not
has
looking
more
too hot
All-Star
for.
appearances, but that's
It's
largely
not
due
looking
to
too
his
hot
having
for
played more
LeBron.
seasons.
LeBron James,
In
not looking
fact,
too hot,
when
bro.
taking into
What's going on
account
here?
retirements and major injuries, Jordan essentially played 13 seasons compared to 17 seasons for LeBron, making Jordan's significant lead in accomplishments all the more impressive. And that's to say nothing of MJ's brilliant college career, which saw him twice named All-American
LeBron played more
and once
seasons, he got
awarded
worse
College
stats?
Player of the Year, at a time when the country's best players actually went to college. So regardless of whether you're a LeBron fan or MJ fan, you have to give the accomplishments
LeBron
check
All-American?
mark to Jordan.
I feel like I'm already
The
choosing.
second
I
criteria
feel
in our
bad.
GOAT analysis is
'cause of the shoes.
longevity. And this one is also a no-brainer, but this time in favor of LeBron. Not only has
Hey,
LeBron
Jordan got some
played
good
more
accomplishments,
seasons in the league,
especially in
but
less
he's had a
seasons. That's
longer
crazy.
peak than Jordan. Jordan's peak lasted about 10
So
years,
who played longer?
whereas
That's what I'm
LeBron's
trying to
peak has
figure out.
lasted 16 years and is still going. And he's been incredibly durable during that time, missing significant time to injury only in 2019. That said, the claim that LeBron has been much more durable than Michael
How
has
old
been
is
a bit
LeBron?
overblown. Consider
Is
that
he
Jordan
old?
played in at least 80 regular season games 11 times in his career, including all 82 games an incredible 9 times. Compare that to LeBron, who played in at least 80 regular season games just twice, and in all 82 games just once. So both LeBron and Jordan get high marks for their durability. But durability aside, the bottom line is that LeBron has sustained his level of excellence for a much longer period of time than Jordan, which puts the longevity checkmark squarely in LeBron's corner. That brings us to the third GOAT criteria, winning. As we all know,
Oh, this was important.
Jordan
I
won
think this is
6
the most important.
championships.
6?
LeBron has won 3.
Oh.
Jordan is 6-0 in the NBA Finals. LeBron is 3-6. Yes, LeBron has made the finals 9 times compared to only 6 times for Jordan, but let's not pretend that making the finals is the same thing, or even close to the same thing, as winning a title. Take a prime example from another sport.
Hey, Jordan might be the GOAT, bro.
They're the only team in NFL history to appear in 4 consecutive
See,
Super
also
Bowls.
NFL, I don't know
But is
nothing
there
about
a single
NFL.
player or fan of that team
I'm a straight
that
soccer
wouldn't trade
nerd,
all
bro.
4
That's
of
it.
those appearances for just 1 Super Bowl win? Frankly, talk to any fan whose team lost the season's final game and ask them how they felt afterward.
I've
Almost
been there.
universally, their feelings
I've
are
done
of
that.
sadness, anger, and disappointment. And that's just the fans. For players,
It's true, though.
those feelings are only magnified.
It's a lot
Listen
of
to Charles
emotion
Barkley
in
talk
any
about
sport, I
losing in
think.
the NBA Finals.
That's why I want to get into more of these sports,
And I
man.
was just in shock when it was over because
Look at him. He's devastated, bro.
I had to.
That was me
I
playing
was
Sunday League the other
frustrated
day,
because
bro.
I couldn't wheel my
That's how I
team
felt.
past
Even though there was
Michael
nobody in
and
the
Bulls.
audience, I was like,
And
you know.
first of all, I don't think I've ever gotten over it. Number one, but that was traumatic, and it's
He
painful.
really feeling that pain.
So we can
too.
all stop with this false equivalence between winning the championship and finishing runner-up. In the words of Herm Edwards,
You play to win the game.
That's true though. Hey, bro. If you don't win, bro, then
Hello? You play to win the
that's
game.
what I'm saying, bro.
now back to
You gotta
Jordan
win.
and LeBron.
You can make all these
As
finals, but as
mentioned,
long as you
on
don't win,
basketball's biggest
what it matter
stage,
for?
the NBA Finals, Jordan was 6-0. LeBron was 3-6. And
Damn.
frankly, that doesn't even show how lopsided their records really are.
3 and 6.
In terms of individual finals games, Jordan was 24-11. LeBron is 18-31. And that's because in 4 of his 6 finals losses, LeBron's team hasn't even been competitive. Twice he got swept.
That is true though.
and
I
2
feel like
other
the
times he
team
lost
surrounding
4
you has a
games to 1.
lot to do
That
with
includes
like
being on the wrong side of the
everything.
2 most lopsided finals by margin of loss in NBA history. Of course, LeBron fans will tell you that the only reason for LeBron's poor finals record is that his competition was so tough. Ironically, some of these same fans criticized Jordan for losing early in his career to a Celtics team stacked with 5 Hall of Famers, and they conveniently gloss over the fact
5
that
Hall of
LeBron
Famers?
reached the finals so many times in part because the competition in his own conference was so weak. During the vast majority of his career, LeBron played in what many dubbed the Leastern Conference because the East was so much weaker than the West.
See, I don't even know what's going on right now, to be honest. East and the West, bro. Y'all gotta leave me in the comments. What's East and the, like? There's
As Jordan
different,
had to
like, there's
battle
different
through
leagues.
hard-fought rivalries against the bad boy Pistons.
It's like in soccer, how there's like the Prem, and then there's like the La Liga, and then you know, the Italian league.
If you want to
The
blame
Uber Eats
LeBron's
league, is that
failure
how
in
it
the
is?
finals on the level of his competition, I won't argue with you. But let's also not blow it out of proportion. If you look at the average number of wins of their finals opponents, you'll see that LeBron's finals opponents averaged 60.8 wins per season, whereas Jordan's finals opponents averaged 61.2 wins per season.
I'm not that different, bro.
So as it turns
They're
out,
not that different,
both
to be
players
honest.
face stiff competition in the finals.
Yeah, so
But a big
what,
reason we don't hold the
LeBron James
93
fans are
Suns,
just like
the 96 Sonics,
like
or
kind
the
of mad, or
98
what?
Jazz in the same regard as some of LeBron's finals opponents is because, unlike
They probably just don't know
LeBron's
the stats, to be
adversaries,
honest.
Jordan's opponents never actually won the Larry O'Brien Trophy. Which goes to my
Is the Larry
original
O'Brien
point
trophy good?
that
Is that
the
like,
difference between
is that
winning
like,
the title
like really
and
good?
finishing runner-up is
Bro, I'm
huge.
telling you, I have no idea what's
And
going
the
on, bro.
reason
I'm just
those
trying to
teams
figure
never
out,
won the
like,
title?
if I hear trophy, it means
This
good.
guy.
If I hear less,
Look,
it's bad.
I'm not trying to say that Jordan's opponents were as good as the Warriors teams that LeBron faced 4 times in the finals. The truth is that Jordan never played a juggernaut quite like that. But there's a pretty good reason
Oh,
for
that's
that.
Stephen Curry. I know
Jordan's
Stephen
Bulls
Curry.
were the juggernaut.
He's
They
good,
were
right?
the team winning 70-plus
Is he like the
games.
Neymar? Is that a
They
thing?
were
Is he
the
like the
team with
Neymar?
the target on their back every year.
Neymar's
And
kind
as the
of like
Warriors showed us,
falling off,
that's
though.
not an easy place to be. As great as the Warriors were, they were never able to string together 3 consecutive championships.
So the Warriors aren't
Bulls
them,
did it
basically. They're not them.
twice. So what's the greater achievement? Beating the juggernaut or being the juggernaut? Or to be more specific, beating the juggernaut 1 time out of the 4 times you faced them? Or being the juggernaut year after year after year?
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to
And
y'all,
then
bro.
doing it
Jordan's
again,
sounding
year
like
after
the GOAT.
year
I'm not gonna lie
after
to y'all.
year.
After a
There's
year,
no doubt that LeBron's
after
victory
ban
over
after
the
ban after
73
ban after ban.
Warriors was the
Bro's
highlight of
going
his
ban for
career.
ban with him and
But
just
it's
winning.
not the first time that an underdog has won the championship. And there actually have been much bigger underdogs who ended up winning the
Hey, bro, he's
title.
holding the same trophy.
But how many times have we seen a player lead his team to 6 championships in 8 years?
That's a cool trophy. I'm not gonna lie.
Prior to Jordan's Bulls, only Bill Russell's Celtics ever accomplished that feat in the NBA, when they incredibly won 11 championships in 13 seasons. However, back then, there was an average of less than 10 teams in the league, and only a couple
Damn.
rounds of playoffs.
10 teams?
So it was
How many teams are
considerably
there now? Like,
easier
hella
to win
probably.
a title. And no
Probably.
player, not even Bill Russell, ever had a run of winning 25 of 26 playoff
Bro, I don't even know what
series as
era Michael
did.
Jordan like played at.
And
Like,
Michael's
what
pattern
year
of
was
winning
that?
goes beyond the NBA. Let's not forget that Jordan has never won anything but gold in the Olympics.
Oh,
And
he
also
missed
earned
Olympics.
an NCAA championship, in which he hit the first of 2 iconic.
Hey, so the Olympics are like a big
championship-winning
thing in
shots
basketball,
his
right? Like you play for the Olympics as
career.
well.
All that is to say, when
Like,
it comes to winning, the
Because in
check
soccer,
mark
like the Olympics
clearly goes to
aren't big
Jordan.
at all. Like professional players like do
On to
not
the
play that.
fourth GOAT
So is
criteria,
it big in basketball?
Statistics.
Is it like
This
every
one is a bit
goat has
more
to play in the
complicated.
Olympics and it's like a
I mean,
big
how do you
like,
statistically
mission type of thing?
evaluate 2 players who played in different eras under different rules at different positions?
Oh,
One
I
way
didn't
of
even
doing it
consider
is to
this,
simply
bro.
Look at the 8 traditional statistics of basketball.
Positions.
Points,
I didn't even realize
assists,
this. I don't even know what
rebounds,
positions they are.
Steals, blocks, field goal percentage,
I don't even know what positions
free
there are
throw
in basketball,
percentage,
bro.
and turnovers. And we'll focus on per game stats rather than
Points, that's all I
cumulative
know. I know
stats,
points.
since
That's like when you score
cumulative stats,
3-pointers and
such as
stuff.
total career points and total career assists really speak to longevity.
Oh, I
which
gotta
is
see.
already
I gotta
its
see
own
the
category of
points
the GOAT
and all that,
analysis.
like turnovers,
Per
whatever.
game stats, on the other hand,
feel like that's
is
important,
more of
I
an
think.
apples to apples comparison.
Bro, you got 1,000
So
more
looking
points,
at
bro.
the
You're
8
him.
traditional stats,
Oh.
we see that Jordan leads LeBron in 5 of them: points per game, steals per game, blocks per game, free throw percentage, and fewer turnovers. LeBron leads in the other 3: assists per game, rebounds per game, and field goal percentage. But that's a pretty simplistic way of looking
Bro,
at
Jordan's the GOAT,
statistics.
bro. I ain't gonna lie.
What
I ain't
if
gonna
we
lie, bro.
instead
Jordan's the GOAT.
turn to analytics?
He just
Probably the
seems
most
better. Like
well-known
if they
analytic
give me
stat
those,
is player efficiency
if they
rating,
offer me those
or
two,
PER
like
for
those
short.
points and all that,
This
and
metric
they'd be
was
like,
created by
who do you want
respected
on your team?
basketball analyst
I'll be
John
like, bro, give me
Hollinger to give an
give me
overall rating to a player's
Jordan, bro. Give me
performance
Jordan.
based on traditional stats.
Bro's
like the
gonna
ones we
score
just
more for me.
mentioned.
He gonna do all the other
Jordan
stuff for
has
me.
led the league in PER 7 times. LeBron 6 times. Jordan has finished top 3 in
Led
PER
the league more
10
times.
times. LeBron 9 times. In fact,
It's not
Jordan
far,
has the
though.
highest
Like, it's
career
pretty-
PER in both the regular season
But also,
and the playoffs.
LeBron has more seasons, like more time
Another
played, but he got
popular
less
analytic stat is win shares.
less top threes.
Jordan
less
has led the league in win shares
leads.
8 times. LeBron 5 times. Jordan has finished top
Bro,
3 in
what?
win shares
LeBron
11
isn't
times.
even-
LeBron
Bro, I feel like
6
I'm
times.
hating, but
And when
like
it comes
these
to
stats
win
are kind
shares
of
per
like
48
crazy.
minutes,
Sixth,
Jordan has the
third.
highest career rating in both the regular season and the playoffs. what about box plus minus? Until recently, LeBron was actually ahead of Jordan in career box plus minus.
I don't even know what that
After the
means, bro.
2017
LeBron
season
plus,
gave Russell Westbrook
yeah.
the greatest single-season box plus minus in history
Box
by a wide
plus
margin.
minus. I don't know what
The
that means.
architect of box plus minus realized that the
Probably
stat
good,
was
though.
fundamentally flawed, so he made some
Never mind,
changes
it's
to
flawed.
improve its formula. As a result, Michael Jordan now has the highest career box plus minus in both the regular season and the playoffs. And lastly, what about value over replacement player,
What
which
does that
on its
even mean,
face
bro?
seems to favor LeBron James? Well, value over replacement player is a cumulative stat, and as previously noted, cumulative stats
Value
speak
over
more to
replacement
longevity
player. I don't
than
even
they
know
do
what that
game-to-game
means, bro. I feel like I'm
dominance.
so lost.
That
Like, my
said,
brain is
according
just
to
not
value over
braining right
replacement
now.
player,
Like, I don't
Jordan
even know what I'm
owns 6 of
saying
the
half the
9
time.
greatest individual seasons ever
But I'm trying,
played.
y'all. I'm trying.
And
Hey,
on
but it's
a
looking good for
per-game
Jordan. I ain't gonna
basis,
lie.
MJ's career rating in value over replacement player is the highest of all time in both the regular season and the playoffs. Are you noticing a theme here?
The thing that's throwing me is just
Not only
that
does Jordan
has
beat
less
LeBron
like
in every
time
routable
played.
analytic stat, he consistently ranks as the best ever across the board.
That's crazy. That's
Before
impressive,
we move on
bro.
from analytics,
That's really
I want
impressive.
to mention a lesser-known stat called game score, another brainchild of John Hollinger.
Hey, game score, bro. That
Game
sounds
score
important.
measures a player's performance in a single game, so it won't tell us who's had the better career, but it does provide insight into who's had the greatest games. Now,
Oh,
we
okay,
only
so like
have
their top
game score
games.
stats since 1983, so you won't see any mentions of Wilt
1983?
Chamberlain here.
What?
That said, of the 100 highest game scores ever recorded, incredibly 19 of them belong to Michael Jordan. In other words, nearly 1 out of every 5 of the best single-game performances over the last
Bro might be
4
him.
decades
I'm not gonna lie. Bro
has
might
been
be
by
him.
MJ. That includes
And
the
this is so
highest game
unbiased for
score
me
of
too,
all
bro. I don't know
time
nothing,
for
bro.
Jordan's
I promise.
69.18
I don't know
rebound
nothing about LeBron.
masterpiece.
I don't know nothing about Jordan.
Comparatively, LeBron has had only 3 of the top 100 game scores. When discussing the GOAT, Nick Wright is fond of asking this question.
The aliens come down. You have 1 game to save humanity. Who's your first pick in the history of the world?
Well, Nick, I think we have our answer.
Yeah,
Now
like
that
I
I've
feel like I
finished
would choose
drowning
Jordan
you
too.
in
Like
numbers,
that's
let's
a
be
good.
real. Hardly
That's a
anyone
good way to
watching
think about
this
it.
video knows how to calculate PER.
That's me
win
right now, bro.
shares, box
That's me
plus
right now.
minus,
That's me
value
right now.
over
Trying to add this
replacement
shit up in
player,
my head. I don't
or
even know what's
game
going
score.
on.
And why should you? This is basketball, not Goodwill Hunting. So let's go back to the traditional stats that we all know and understand.
On a per
but
game
this time,
basis?
let's add context to them. What do I mean by context? Well, some positions are simply better than others at racking up certain stats.
So what positions
Let's take
what positions
rebounding
did they
as an
play?
example. In a
Are
vacuum,
they like forwards?
if we simply
They're like
compare the
strikers or
number
what?
of rebounds per game of Brook Lopez and Jason Kidd, we might think that Lopez was the better rebounder. The truth is, relative to their positions, Lopez is statistically one of the worst rebounding centers in NBA
Oh,
history,
damn.
whereas Kidd is statistically one of the
Damn.
best rebounding guards in NBA history.
Oh, okay. So I feel you. I
But
feel you.
even
That
a
makes sense.
poor
That makes sense.
rebounding
It depends
center
on
can
position.
grab more
'cause
rebounds than a great rebounding guard solely by virtue of their
I'm getting
roles
some.
on
I'm
the
getting
court.
some. I'm getting a little
So it
bit.
makes sense that, to understand the context of a player's stats, we should compare them to the respective positions that they played.
Oh man, was that
When
Kobe,
comparing
man?
LeBron James to
Rest
the
in
other
peace,
small
Kobe, bro.
forwards who have played at least 500 NBA games, this is where he ranks. Overall,
Second,
that's
first,
pretty
12.
impressive. Now let's see how Jordan
It's because I don't know their
compares to all shooting
positions.
guards
That
who have played
he
at
said it's
least
impressive,
500
so
NBA
that's
games.
impressive to me. Oh,
As good as LeBron is compared to other small forwards,
LeBron,
Jordan is
what you
on
doing?
another level when compared to other shooting
LeBron,
guards.
didn't
He's
LeBron say he was
darn
the
near
best?
top of every
What's going
major
on?
statistical category.
Didn't
And there
LeBron say he was
isn't
the
a
best?
single category where LeBron is
107?
better than MJ relative to his position, other than assists. So to
LeBron.
sum up statistics, whether comparing traditional stats or analytics, and
Guys, I'm really trying to stay open-minded, but Jordan seems like the GOAT. I'm not gonna lie.
as such, we have to give the check mark
I'm
to Jordan.
trying, bro. I promise. I like LeBron. He
And
looks
that
like
takes
a
us
nice
to the last
dude. I'm not gonna
category in
lie.
our GOAT analysis, the
But
eye test. And to be clear, by eye
not
test,
looking good,
I
bro.
don't mean which of these players is bigger, faster, or jumps higher. None
What's
of
the eye
that is
test?
relevant unless we're having a track and field competition. And frankly, if physical measurables mattered, then George Murison would be in the GOAT conversation.
Damn.
No, what I mean by the eye test
Who
is, if
was
you sat
that?
an average basketball fan in front of a TV to watch a player in action, what would he notice that the player is and is not great at? Thankfully, I happen to be an average basketball
I don't know. I never
fan,
really seen
and I've had the
Jordan or
privilege of
LeBron
watching
game.
both LeBron and Jordan during their playing days. So unlike a lot of my fellow YouTubers, I haven't merely relied on highlight videos. Here's what
We gotta
my
think
eyes
Prime,
told
too.
me when
That's-
I saw
that's a
Michael
good point,
Jordan
Prime.
play, particularly during his playing days with the Chicago Bulls. He was the best offensive player in the game. He was arguably the best defensive player in the game. He had the best mid-range game. He was the best finisher at the rim. He had the best post-up game, which is incredible considering most
Jordan
players
is
who
him, bro.
dominated the post
What?
were big men.
Jordan is him.
He was widely considered the most clutch player in the game. He was regarded by opponents as
Bro
the
was
fiercest
clutch
competitor
too.
on the court. He was regarded by teammates
And bro had
as the
that dog in
hardest
him.
worker in practice.
Bro had that dog in
And
him.
when all was said and done,
Bro.
amongst the other stars of his generation,
Come
he
on
was
now,
the
bro.
greatest winner.
He had that dog in him.
Now, when you're playing against the elite of the elite athletes of the world, to be the best at any one of those things is pretty remarkable.
Look at that.
But to be
Oh.
the best at all of them, I tell you
my.
it's impossible. But for the fact that we
Oh
saw
my.
Michael Jordan do it. And when it comes
He
to the
broke
GOAT
that man's
debate,
hand.
that's the biggest hurdle facing
Nah,
LeBron.
nah.
He's basically
That
being
was
compared to a
steezy,
guy who
bruh.
was great at everything and practically
went,
had no
oh.
weaknesses.
Bro,
Seriously,
look at
judging
him.
by the
I would
eye
not want to
test,
play
what's
that man.
the worst thing we could say about Michael Jordan's game? Probably that he wasn't a very good three-point shooter. Jordan shot 33% from beyond the arc in an era when the average player also shot 33%. So when it came to three-point shooting, he wasn't good. He wasn't bad. He was just
but he didn't need that, bro.
average.
It don't look like he needs 3 pointers.
When the three-point shot wasn't a big part of the game. During Jordan's years, teams
see,
averaged
era matters too, bro.
per game, and Michael himself.
If it wasn't hot back then, why were you gonna try it? Bro probably started it. I'm not gonna lie. Bro probably started the 3 pointers.
Well, then we also have to call it a weakness of LeBron's
What about
game.
LeBron
The difference
James?
is that LeBron plays in an era
Is he
where the
good?
three-point shot is a huge part of the game. During the years in which LeBron played,
so he's
teams
Mr.
attempted
Three-pointer.
on average over 21 threes per game. And LeBron himself averaged 4.3 three-point attempts per game,
Oh
or
my
2.5 times as many as Jordan. Despite the increased emphasis on threes, LeBron's career
But it's also
shooting
what they're
percentage
saying
from
with the
beyond the arc
eras.
is only a hair
It
better
wasn't
than
like that
Jordan
back then.
at 34%.
They didn't need no 3-pointers.
And it's actually slightly below his peers, who averaged 35% from three during his era. But to reiterate,
LeBron, bro, I'm
being
really
an
trying,
average
man.
three-point shooter was by far the worst part of MJ's game. For LeBron, it's not even close. LeBron, in fact, has 4 major weaknesses as a basketball player, each of which is readily apparent to anyone who has actually watched him play. First, he's not a good free throw shooter.
Oh, Lord.
LeBron has shot around 73.5% from the free throw line, which is pretty poor for a player who handles the ball as much as he does. In fact, many analysts point out
you get
that
paid.
at the end of games, LeBron shies away from driving to the basket because he's afraid of being sent to the line.
Maybe it's too much pressure. I don't know.
But what I do know is that the odds of LeBron
is a free throw like a penalty?
Not much better than a coin flip.
Like
Jordan, on the other hand,
is it
shot
that
a
type of
solid
like you know
83.5% from the
pressure?
free throw line during his career. And MJ never shied away from contact at the end of games.
Bro, he's a
LeBron's
tank,
second
bruh.
weakness is
That
he's
man
an
went flying. You saw that?
defender. Sure, he's had some years where he was elite defensively, which is evidenced by his numerous selections to the NBA's all-defensive team. But he's also had several years where he's practically been a liability on the defensive end. Compare that to MJ, who during his Bulls days was a consistently elite defender. In fact, Jordan is the only player to rank in the top 5 amongst all guards in both steals per game and blocks per game for his career.
Wait, my bad. I didn't hear. He's not a guard though, right?
In defensive win shares
I don't even know what that means, bro.
every year that he played for the Bulls.
Is guard a defense? Guard seems like a defense, bro. I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Has led his position in defensive win shares on just 4 occasions, and in 5 of his last 7 seasons, he didn't even crack the top 10 at his position in defensive win shares.
Bro did not even try for that when you saw that.
Some will excuse LeBron's recent fall off on the defensive end as a byproduct of his resting on defense so that he can have more energy on offense. And we can debate the merits of
he's
that
like Messi
strategy,
type of thing.
But
He's like
resting on
Messi.
defense is not something Michael Jordan was ever accused of doing. Heck,
Messi's
even
like,
as a
he like walks
40-year-old,
around.
he was busting his tail on the defensive end. But what about the
my
notion
God.
that LeBron's been the more versatile defender? LeBron supporters will argue that he can guard positions.
Hey,
1 through 5 on
didn't
the
Michael
court,
Jordan play
such as when
baseball
he
too?
guarded Derrick Rose
Bro,
for stretches in the
that's crazy.
2011 playoffs.
Something like that?
But
I don't know if he was
LeBron's
good,
guarding the
but
opposing team's point guard or center isn't something that happens very often. In fact, during his career, LeBron has spent less than 5% of his total minutes guarding the opposing players 1 or 5. So the versatility argument is highly exaggerated. And look, when it comes to versatility, Hometown Buffet may have a more versatile menu than Spago.
do not go to
Doesn't
Hometown
make it a
Buffet,
better
bro.
restaurant.
Do not go there, bro.
LeBron's third weakness is that
Man,
he's not a very good
that
shooter.
bathroom,
And this
oh
is a
my
pretty
God,
significant
after every
flaw
time
for
I-
someone claiming to be the GOAT. I mean,
Bro, that's
shooting
like
the ball
memories, bro.
is
I
the
ain't never going
quintessential
back to no
skill in the game
Hometown
of
Buffet.
basketball. It's the part of the game that everyone practices, whether on the playground, at the YMCA, or in the NBA.
Hey, why is
Now,
my screen
some
blurry,
people
bro?
will
What's going
contend
on?
that LeBron is actually a better shooter than Jordan because he has a better career field goal percentage. And yes, LeBron's career field goal percentage is 50.4% compared to Jordan's 49.7%.
Bro, that's
but
not
recall
that
what I
big.
said about placing stats into proper context.
Again,
To
bro, I
help
think
us
it all just falls
understand
down
context
back
when
to
it
like
comes
how
to
Jordan
shooting,
played
allow me
like
to
not
introduce
that
DeAndre
long, I
Jordan
feel.
and Tyson Chandler.
What was it,
know
like
that
11
DeAndre
seasons
and
compared to
Tyson were
17 or
great
something like
rebounders
that?
and defenders. But what
I
if
feel like that
I
has a
told you
lot
that they
to
were
do with
also
it.
two of the greatest shooters of all
He had
time?
more, like I feel like
That
I
would
feel like
be
LeBron has more
certifiably
time,
crazy.
has had more
Yet if you look at
time
all the shooting
to
metrics,
become
field
like
goal percentage,
to
effective
overpass
field goal percentage,
Jordan's
true
stats,
shooting
and
percentage,
it's not looking like
both of
that.
these guys rank near the
Oh,
top
this
in
video's
NBA
4 years
history.
old.
Of course,
I
there's
didn't
an
even realize
obvious
that.
reason for that. As we all know, both
My
teams
bad if
and
everything I just said,
take a
bro.
lot of their shot attempts on
LeBron might be the GOAT by now, and if he is, bro, just disregard everything I said. I'll do a more
Guess
updated
what?
video after.
So does LeBron James. In fact,
So it's like a
every
four,
single year
pretend
of his career,
pretend
the
like
shot
I'm
that
4
LeBron
years.
James has taken the most
I'm basically
has
4
been
years
within 0 to 3
delayed, like
feet from the
mentally, when
basket.
it comes to
In
basketball.
other
So
words, dunks,
I feel like
layups, and putbacks.
this is a good
More
place
than
to start
one
for
of
myself.
every 3 of LeBron's shots has been within this
If LeBron has
point-blank
passed
range,
all
which
those
is
records,
aided by his
then
playing
hey,
in an
props to
era
him.
where
He
it's
might be
been
the GOAT, but
relatively easy to get to the
4
rim,
years ago,
particularly when compared to the
Jordan's the
physical
GOAT.
era in
I'm
which
not gonna lie.
Jordan played. And just like every other player, LeBron is really effective from 0
Hey,
to
4
3
years a
feet,
lot though.
hitting over 73%
Wait, 4
of these
years ago?
shots. But how does
4 years
LeBron
ago,
fare from
LeBron
outside
James
this
already
range?
had
According
17
to
seasons.
basketballreference.com, LeBron's shooting
That's crazy.
percentage from outside 3 feet is
Oh, my computer's dead.
37.5%. It's even poorer in the playoffs where he shoots 35.9%. And it gets even worse in close and late situations. In the last 2 minutes of games where the score is within 5 points, LeBron hits only 31.7% of his jumpers. Look, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that these numbers aren't very good, which is probably why in the 2013
I feel like this video's kind of
finals,
making
the
LeBron
Spurs'
seem like he's
defensive
trash.
strategy against the Heat was to basically dare
I feel like
LeBron
you
James
gotta probably
and
watch
keep
him.
in mind,
Probably
this
gotta
was
watch him to
against
see if
LeBron
he's
in
good.
his
You know?
prime. Can you imagine an opposing coach using a similar strategy against MJ? Now,
Hey, they
LeBron
both got
actually
those Looney
credits the
Tunes movies
Spurs
too.
for forcing him to work on his jump shot.
We
But
adding
it's
that to
not
the
as if his
stats?
results have gotten much better since then.
Hey, if we are,
Here's LeBron.
I'm sorry,
shooting
but Jordan's.
percentage from
I
outside
think
3 feet
that movie
over
was
the
better.
last
I
6
didn't
years.
watch the LeBron one, but
Yikes.
I heard it didn't do too
Well, I'll
good
give him
in the
this.
box office.
He is consistent. For comparison,
I don't know why I said that. I
consider
just
in the last year of
somebody
Michael
told me
Jordan's
that. I'm not
career,
sure if that's
as an aging
true.
player on the Washington
I could be talking out my
Wizards,
ass. My bad.
Jordan
I didn't
shot
watch the
close
video,
to
but what am I?
42% from outside 3 feet. While that's certainly not great, it means that even as a 40-year-old
Bro, he's just a hater, bro.
Jordan was still a better shooter, a far better shooter than LeBron James.
This dude hates LeBron James,
Unfortunately,
bro.
Basketball Reference doesn't have advanced shooting metrics from Michael's Bulls days when he was a significantly more efficient scorer. But few would argue that Michael was anything but a lethal jump shooter when he was wearing red and black.
Jumper.
When it comes
Hey, I know
to
what
shooting,
that is now.
all of us can recall practicing shots on the blacktop, counting down 3, 2, 1
Jordan.
before launching a shot at the rim. Well, if you were pretending to be LeBron James, you'd brick almost 2/3 of the time.
Bro, he's
Actually,
hating,
that's
bro.
not entirely true. If you were playing
Bro
against a
hates
countdown,
LeBron James,
it
bro.
would be
And I think he got me
much
on Team
worse.
Jordan. I'm not
And
gonna
that gets
lie.
me to the
He
last
got me on
major
Team
weakness
Jordan.
of LeBron's game.
Oh, that
His
was.
performance,
Oh,
or more
I thought that
accurately,
was steezy,
lack
but
of
then he
performance
missed.
in the clutch. Remember when people were praising LeBron for making a couple of buzzer beaters in the playoffs 2 years ago? They used these stats to claim that LeBron was better in the clutch than Jordan.
Are they
But
not
look
real
at
or
these
what?
numbers carefully.
Let me see.
What stands out to you? How about this? People were using a sample size of less than 1 shot per season to make the case that LeBron was more
Oh,
clutch
so
than
it
Jordan.
wasn't.
That would be the
They were
equivalent
favoring
of
LeBron.
polling just 100 people in the country to try to predict the winner of the next presidential election. So let's use more telling stats.
Hey, that's
shall
crazy.
we?
That was like ESPN or
Here's
something.
a situation that's often
crazy.
used to determine a player's clutchness.
Hey, I never thought
5
about that,
seconds to go
bro.
in the fourth
Do
quarter or overtime.
do like news networks? I mean, news networks, sport networks. Do they like do some like sly stuff like that? Is that like a thing? Like even in soccer, they probably do. I'm just thinking about that now. I never thought about that.
And playoffs combined,
That's crazy.
LeBron has taken 94
Maybe they like
such
they
shots.
sway towards another
That's a
way just
pretty
to
good
like
sample
I don't know,
size.
sell tickets or something. I don't know.
And how many of those
That's crazy to
94
think about,
shots
though.
has
Never
LeBron
thought about
made? 19 for a shooting percentage of 20%. Let me repeat that. 20%.
Rest in peace, Kobe. 20%.
Guys, that's not bad in the clutch. That's atrocious. Michael Jordan in the same situation shot roughly 50%.
50.
Yes, that's right. Jordan's performance under pressure was the same as it was throughout the rest
Y'all
of the
gotta let me know in
game.
the comments, bro. Is
And that, my
danger
friends,
production
is
hating?
the definition
Like
of
I'm not
clutch.
hating, but
So
is
there
he
you go.
hating?
When it comes to the eye test,
Is he
our
hating
eyes
on?
tell us that one
Is he hating on
player,
LeBron?
Michael Jordan, is great at everything.
He's giving us
and has
stats though. I'm not
practically
gonna
no
lie. Like he's giving us
weaknesses.
stats.
And the other player, LeBron James, while also having
Bro, I
a
think he
ton
gave
of
LeBron
strengths,
like
has
I
several
think he gave him like one
obvious
check mark
flaws to
this
his
whole time.
game.
Bro, get
And
one
when
check
all
mark.
is said and done, after analyzing the 5 key factors of being the GOAT, Jordan gets 4 check
Yeah,
marks
one.
to LeBron's
One out of 4.
making this GOAT debate, well, not much of a debate at all.
That's crazy, bro. Is he hating? Let me know in the
Now,
comments, bro.
don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that LeBron James is a bad player. He's
All
a
right, pause the video.
phenomenal
Do some
player.
commentary. All right. From what I noticed, Jordan seems like he's the GOAT, and like he's just like cracked. Like he's like super clutch, better at like scoring points, better at most stats in the game, which I don't really remember them. Like turnovers, that was like something, right? He had more check marks, and less time played. I think that's what honestly is like getting my mind. Like he did all of that and is still holding like the first spot in a lot of these records. And he only played like 11 seasons years ago. And LeBron has 17. Well, he probably got like what, 21? To be fair, he might have more. He might have gotten better in those 4 years, but I don't know. That's like that's another video I can make. From seeing this video specifically, I think Jordan's the GOAT. I'm not gonna lie, I might be Team Jordan right now. But that's not like I'm not strict on that, you know. See, I was a little strict on that earlier until I noticed the 4 years video. My bad. I didn't even realize that when I clicked it and when I had set it up to react. But that's crazy to me. That's actually crazy to me. 4 years ago. My bad, y'all. Anyways, we'll do another updated video. I'm going with the GOAT from basketball. This dude could be hating too. I don't know. But it's looking like Jordan's the GOAT. Like, bro is the GOAT. Bro's clutch. What? What else do you want from a player, bro? You want a player with ranked 107th or whatever that stat was? Or first on everything, bro. Give me him twice, bro. Give me him twice. I think Jordan's the GOAT, to be honest, and that's what I'm sticking with for now. Please don't hate me if that's wrong. It's just my personal opinion from this video that I just reacted to. I think that's what it's looking like. And you know, I think I'm gonna try to get more into basketball. It seems pretty cool. Like I saw some pretty cool moves in there. That little ooh that he did, bro. That was pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. If that's like a regular move, then sign me up. I'm down to watch that. I also like watching people get their ankles broken. That's pretty cool. Maybe best ankle breaking compilation. I don't know. Let me know who else is the GOAT. Maybe these aren't even the GOATs, bro. I don't know. Maybe Curry's the GOAT. Anyways, let me know in the comments what I should react to next regarding basketball, just to get my basketball knowledge up, because I really don't know anything. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today, guys, and thank you for watching. Yeah, Jordan's the GOAT. Peace out.